Hello everyone, AFG from the future here, talking to you on a video that I made weeks ago. And this is one of the issues with some of the technical problems I talked to you about previously. I lost the opening of, or the end of 1941 moving into 1942 in a bit of a problem with NVIDIA and GeForce, and it wasn't something I picked up on until I was editing out all of these episodes. So sadly, we begin in February of 1942, but we do at least show the invasion of Hawaii. The only thing I think you really missed that was major was the taking of the Philippines and some of the islands that led up to Hawaii, but no major naval conflicts up until that point. So pretty bog standard, a lot of just getting our fleets and things into position and landing troops in a couple of different spots. But just wanted to tell you that, that I'm sorry that we lost a little bit of footage there. But, it is what it is. And we pick up now where, we're, not quite where we left off, but, a little bit in advance of it, but you didn't miss too much. Right, speak to you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and Black Ice version 11.2.1 and the Japan campaign. And where we left off, we were starting off our war against America, and we've done a bit of a blitzkrieg. We have taken pretty much all of the major objectives that we wanted to take, which is pretty damn good going, it must be said. We've got a form of air superiority, which is very nice. And we're getting planes and things over into these islands to help support the battle here. And in fact, we're only 7 units away from taking Hawaii completely, which is kind of impressive. Now, we are also doing an invasion of the Aleutian Islands. And I do apologise, I've got a bit of a cough going on, so I'm sorry that that's going to be hitting everyone. Everyone's eardrums, but hopefully, we can, you'll all be okay with it. But, yeah, we are rocking and rolling, and, well, things are going fairly well. We're struggling in a couple of places to push forwards, but we are about to get over the river up here in the far north, which is quite fun. In fact, we're closing in on Rangoon, which is very good. Now, what I am wanting to do is I do think we need to attack the Soviets, because Germany is in a really good spot, and I think with our help they can conquer this. They've actually taken all of the landmass up here, so they've actually cut off Moscow in this massive pocket here from the rest of the world. And they're only supplying units now via this one port at Anglehansk. So if they can take that, it'll effectively mean that they'll run out of supply for all of their other areas. Now, speaking of which, if we can take Vladivostok and things, that would help massively as well. And we definitely outnumber them. So we can definitely do this. So I think we need to get involved. So we're going to revoke it. And I don't want to annex Manchukuo. We're going to open the borders, and we're going to ask Germany to give us, well, we want to, yeah, we're at war with Germany, or we're at war now with the Soviets, so we can push on through from our starting positions. We've actually got, a real numerical superiority against them, which is bloody useful, along with a major cav superiority, so we can get our units around very quickly. And we can keep our pushes going. So I'll take you up north, actually. Start getting you guys to ford the rivers and things. And then... Now, this was the mistake we made last time, but last time Germany wasn't doing as well as this when we got involved. So I'm fairly confident Pardon me. I'm really sorry, everyone, but I've got to record, and if that means you have to suffer my cough, well, I am very sorry, but you're going to have to suffer it. It's one of those rather frustrating things. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to puppet Mongolia, and I think we will set some goals for Nanjing and Manchukuo and our puppet regime on this area of the world. Now, we've got a huge advantage in our tank situation. In fact, we need to get you guys that you're in. So, a huge amount of tanks here with which to hit that. Move that cav unit north. You can head that way. You can take this one. So you can go there. And I think we'll stay on the defensive over there. Right, so we've won the Battle of Guangzhou. And we are working to contain this. And it looks like these battles are going fairly well, for the most part. We can take Alma Alta, that would be really good as a starting point. Oh, and our infantry corps up here. We don't need to... Now... And our CAGs are finishing up heading out. And we're going to do some ground attack with you. And we're going to do air intercept from these two locations. Lend a hand. Got some extra units in Japan. And Australia's trying to storm our areas that we've taken. I'm happy to just let them attempt that, because even if they take it, they're not going to be able to do much. So they're taking some pretty heavy losses. Fine, gentlemen, you're meant to be going over to reinforce as well and rebase the carrier. And some of these... Yeah, so what I'm looking at is these strike commandos. What are they good at? Strategic bombing. Okay, so if we rebase them to here, you know, how does it work? So if we do a logistical strike, more strategic bombing. We've got our ships sort of slowly but surely together. And no one really wants to trade with us. And do a little bit more strategic bombing. Right, 22% and Hawaiieee, the next level of fleet carrier. Ooh, 1945 level. Holy shit. Okay, not bad at all. So we're majorly ahead on all of those. Right, direct fire training. Transport ship engine, so yeah, we'll take a little bit out of that. Just for those purposes. I think, yeah, we have got a fair amount of our cags and things rebuilt. We could take back... So who's relatively healthy? And I'm saying relatively healthy with a rather large pinch of salt. So you fine gentlemen, you can head back. They're down to their last 5. There might be one hell of a showdown soon enough. Our carriers are looking relatively healthy. Our cags in a variety of states of happiness. But their ships are definitely looking worse for wear. And, submarines. I mean, these units have sunk a shed ton. But they're not really getting the big boys. Which is a bit of a shame. Self-propelled artillery, so direct fire unit advance. I think we want to do the next level of landing craft flotillas and get them going. So we've started to see a few British ships finally arrive. Not many, but a couple. We're moving up to Kampar. Colonial light infantry is not going to hold up against us. And our move into sort of enemy terrain is looking pretty good. And they're actively moving away units. Now, just looking at what they've got there, it doesn't look particularly effective, so let's have a little look. Oh, there we go, that's not too bad. We'll go for that. And they lost the first battleship that we've claimed. Not bad. I think, yeah, we're definitely winning this. Those strike commandos have massively helped us turn this battle around. But they've got some good units in here. You know, it's worth noting that. Some submarines. And we just need our carriers and things just to hold out for a little tiny bit longer. If they can. Do our next invasion. Got some more submarines caught, which is good. What's about the pay, which is bad. But we did at least capture, or you know, there's some British units there in place that we're holding into account. We can connect you up. Let's do a ground attack there with you. Let's do some air superiority work with these fighters. bit of ground attack over there as well. And our tanks are in position now to ford this river. And the aim will be to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the aim will be to take this area here and surround it. And what I would like to do is redirect you, fine gentlemen, over to here, because we will beat this back, but let's get our units back together over there. Commando training. Only 38, so I think we'll let that ride. And yeah, that amphibious unit landing thing, beautiful. Okay, and then, yes, another carrier. This is our new wave of carriers that we're going to have out. And to be honest with you, I would like some new ones. So, we need to get another wave of carriers out. Personally, now that we have access to these new ones, I think we should do a production run of 4 with 2 command carriers. And I feel like we need to replace some of our carrier air group losses. So we're going to build a further 10 of them. And then we aren't losing too many elsewhere. Our tank divisions are doing very well. Like, So we're saying that we're sending in the battlecruiser squadrons to deal with the Australians, because it should be a relatively easy thing. And they lost. They've lost another carrier. So that's all of their carriers now. So it's purely battleships. So if we can engage them, you know, hopefully we can do all right. Oh, yeah, the Hong Kong one. So yeah, let's move you out. Come on. Had a minute there. Sound went out. Very strange. And yeah, we do want to get the next level of torpedoes. And the army wants some money. Now, we don't have a lot of money. But sadly we've lost some ships, and oh, right, we can lose some descent there. There we go, the US seeing a whole bunch of losses. And Mr. Tojo, I think, likes how well we're doing. So, artillery unit, so you can come off. Fine with you. We can get you going. And a whole load of capital ship stuff is finished. So 45. So battle cruisers we can improve. 45. And that one. And that one. Yeah, we're already doing most things. So That points to us doing a fairly good job. So no 42 level text there. Let's start doing some of these industry ones. Like the basing and things is always really useful. And might just go see if the strike commandos can attack again on the strategic front. They can. There's another combat going on here. So the US is starting to really suffer some major losses. About to see another infantry unit break. So we lost Hawaiieee. Oklahoma is lost, but we can afford to lose old battleships. That's not the problem. Infantry unit brigade, yeah, it's fine. Some of the tougher ones going. This time we were really effective at actually following up our successes. What's the battle? We've got a battle going on there. And a victory that's going to happen here. Slowly but surely moving into position. That garrison unit is really struggling. And we're not far away from taking one of their first major victory provinces. So they've only got a national unity of 71.9% at the moment. And they are pushing back a little bit over here, but they just need to take out a few more victory provinces with our help, and we'll have done it. He must be nearly gone. We lost the Nagato, yep. We lost all of our old battleships. So's the AI. It's only our carriers we're worried about. Ooh. That's interesting. Let's get... I see that they've got some... doing a little bit of work over there, that's for sure. So we're catching a few of their units out. I'm not sure we need to start convoy raiding over there just yet. And then I can see we've got some tanks and things to deal with. Let them counter-attack. And let our own forces do the job. So, start the ground attack over here. That'll help. And, ooh. Some more of their ships starting to bite the bullet. And do you think we need some additional tax increases? So I think we will do that. Oh, commerce defense. That is a good one to get because it allows us to research and build escort carriers, which we can start researching immediately. I think they've got the best sub-attack in the game. Oh, look at that. US Air Force. Marine Division. Vandergrift, Crimes, Murder, Tinker. And there's an enemy fleet there. Just lost another destroyer. I think finally, we might have finally done it. So, there's some transport ships and things that they've got moving in the right direction. Oh, pardon me. Oh. Das ist nicht gut. Okay, so it's one of those interesting things, isn't it, when you think to yourself like, there's a lot of units to have to deal with here. Like, a lot of fronts. So beating back some shitty French unit. I think we have, yeah, we've dealt with, or whatever that was. So much for the units that they were going to try and bring over. It says that they're supplied from Vladivostok, but we know that's not going to be the case for much longer. And all of our carriers due out in 1943. Okay, so not for a little bit of time yet. Which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Come on, you can't be that far away now. Next one. Keep it going. Keep that island hop movement going. Definitely got the co-prosperity going on. And they are down. Well, there we go, everyone. So they had nearly 200,000 troops in there. But after winning that battle, we've taken 184,000 prisoners, which is no small order at all. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Now, the question is, can we? We can. Let's make sure that. Let's make sure that you're doing an air superiority. You're doing one there. Let's make sure that you do a naval strike, and that you do a naval strike as well. Let's try and. Finish this job off. So we did lose a battleship, which is a shame. But come on, should be a good battle for us. Well, that's just our planes are in a, they're in a really bad state. Okay. Sometimes it's about knowing when to get out of there. Come on, pull away, pull away. There we go. Yeah, because we've consolidated what we wanted now. So we've got Honolulu. So we are now pretty much the undisputed controller of sort of this area of the Pacific. Where we need to now strike is towards making Palmyra, that one there. Yeah, so we gotta. There's 4 islands over there next. That'll be good to grab, and then all of these additional ones as well will be what we want to do. So sort of take this area of the Pacific next. Then we will think about what we want to do next. And that core can keep its movement going forwards. And we've actually reached now the sort of mainland continental United States. So, which is kind of interesting. Now, I don't know whether or not there's like supply and things over there, but from Honolulu, it's not that much of a stretch really to head south. They're going to try and probably reinforce these two, I would imagine. Or even Jarvis Island. Phoenix, Jarvis, Kirimati, Palmyra. Yeah, all of those are going to be ones that we're going to want to keep an eye on. And I can see that we've got our naval landing forces ready down here for that operation. We want to probably free these guys as well. So we'll wait for these naval units to move away. And now our ships can recover a little bit. Okay, so you can head over there. We just want to take Vladivostok. We don't care about sort of making it a major thing to deal with. And does it have a direct land connection? It does. So it's at this point where we'll probably stop up here for a minute and calculate sort of what sort of reaction if we land like here or here, you know, what sort of impact that might have. Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, Santa Monica, so these are all, you know, what you would say probably are worth trying to grab. And how's the surrender progress going? Yep, it's going well. And oh, we've got some tank divisions and things, so disable for a year, form, and we can form those units, which I imagine will spawn down here. And I feel like these units would be really good for some further operations elsewhere. And let's try and crack that one. So that's a victory there. And we've just taken, yeah, that's a major... In fact, across the board, this is major. And the tanks and things are going to keep moving on up. And we're majorly in IC debt, which is a shame. Hydrophone, yeah, 44. And I feel like we probably want to drop a save here. And I may stop the recording at this point because I get the impression that this save might take a while. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing the next episode of the Japan campaign. Thanks again. Bye-bye.